Welcome to Record Junkie. I know it's been a while since my last video. It's been probably about 2 years since the last video I've uploaded, and well, been busy. A lot's happened in the last 2 years, and so unfortunately, YouTube kind of got put on the back burner. But I'm back, and we're at the end of 2025, going into 2026. And my New Year resolution is to be more consistent with my video uploads, and I really want to get serious about this. So I got some ideas going into 2026, and so there's going to be some pretty cool stuff coming your way. Anyway, I figured I'd do an update. It's been 2 years, so why not do a record collection update? Show you some new records that I bought over the last couple of years. I'm not going to show you everything that I've got because it would be a lot. So I'm just showing some of my top favorites that I'm most excited about. And remember, this is not all recent. Um, this is everything I've accumulated over the last 2.5 years. So this has all been spread out over that time period. So anyway, let's go ahead and let's get started. So first one we're going to show here is this. Elton John, Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. Um, Great album. Common to find, nothing super special. I just have not bought it because there's other records I wanted. They were on the top of my list. I was doing some crate digging at a record store in El Paso one time and happened to come across this, and the price was right, so I went ahead and picked it up. This is a pretty cool album. It's got, of course, Goodbye Yellow Brick Road on it. It's got, Benny and the Jets, big hit for him. So anyway, really cool to have this in my collection. I'm not a huge Elton John fan, but if there was one album that I want, this is it. So this will probably be the only Elton John album I get. But anyway, happy to have it in my collection. It is on the DMJ, I guess, record label. I don't know. Anyway, there it is. This is a gatefold. By the way, I'll go ahead and show it real quick. It is a gatefold. Trifold, I guess. So there's the artwork in it. Pretty cool. Anyway, this is a used copy, but it's in good condition. I would say the sleeve is VG plus. The records are definitely I would say near mint probably. So good clean copy. I'm happy with it. The price was good. Every time I see this album even used, they're always wanting like 50, 60 bucks for it. And I think that's a little bit much in my opinion. So I found this for a decent price. So anyway, there it is. Elton John, Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. And happy to have that in my collection. So, moving onward, this next album, actually, you know what, we're going to do this one next. Next album is Yaz with their album Upstairs at Eric's. You may also know this band as Yazoo. I'm not for sure when they changed. I think they were originally Yazoo, and I think they dropped the ooh, and just went with Yaz. I'm not exactly for sure. Maybe it's vice versa. But anyway, Yaz or Yazoo is a 80s synth rock, synth pop, I guess, type group. And I absolutely just love their music. I just actually discovered them within the last couple of years, and they have been phenomenal. Their music is pretty. I just like it. If anyone listens to classic rock radio, you've probably heard these. One of their big songs on here, I think it's called. Is it Only You? Yeah, Only You. That's one of their big hits. You've probably heard that song on the radio. Anyway, I've been kind of wanting this album for a long time, and I was eventually at some point able to get it. So very happy to have it. Um, this is on the Rhino um, record label, and I'll show you. I'm gonna pull the record out. This one comes on crystal clear vinyl, and yeah. Anyway, I couldn't pass up. Had to have myself a copy of this, so I picked up a copy. So anyway, fantastic album. Side A is, there's a couple songs I don't care much for, but for the most part, Upstairs at Eric's, fantastic album. I think I'm gonna look into maybe getting some of their other albums at some point in the future. We'll see. So there it is, Yaz with Yaz, I guess it's called, not Yaz, Yaz. Anyway, forgive me for saying that wrong, but Upstairs at Eric's, great album. All right. This next one is one you don't hear anyone talking about. And I don't know if any record collector out on YouTube has ever showed this. So guess what? I'm going to be the first. Yep, the Royal Guardsmen, Snoopy and his Friends. Now, for those of you who are unfamiliar with who the Royal Guardsmen are, they are a 60s rock group. They were a group of teenagers out of Ocala, Florida, and they, back in the mid to late 60s, they had a bunch of Snoopy related hits. One of the big claim to fame was in 1967. They had a #1 hit with a song called Snoopy versus the Red Baron. Anyone who grew up in the 60s or anyone who's listened to oldies radio may have heard that song. It doesn't get played a whole lot on oldies radio, but if you've listened to enough, if you have enough hours invested in it, I'm sure you've heard it at some point. Snoopy versus the Red Baron was their big claim to fame. Their second biggest, I would probably say, is Snoopy's Christmas, which is my all-time favorite Christmas song. They also had a mild hit with a song called Return of the Red Baron. And so this has all those on there. It's got Snoopy's Christmas, Snoopy versus the Red Baron, The Return of the Red Baron. All of them are on here. Fantastic album. It's also got a few others that I really like. It's Sopwith, Camel Time is a good song. Down Behind Enemy Lines is a good song. And there's one on here called the Airplane Song that is really, really cool. Again, all those are Snoopy themed, Snoopy related. And so this is a great album. I've been wanting this album for a very, very long time. And every time I see this album, it is absolutely wrecked. I mean, just destroyed. Finding this album in good condition, even on Discogs, is proven to be a real challenge. And if you do find it in good condition, especially like on Discogs, they're always asking like $100, $200 for it. And I don't think the album's actually worth that much. I don't know why people are asking so much for it, but they are. Anyway, it's really hard. I happened to be at a record shop one time and saw this, and it's in fairly good condition. The jacket's in VG, I would say. The record's probably VG, which, those of you who don't know, VG means very good. The record does have some surface noise on it. It's not perfect, but this is the cleanest copy I've come across yet. So there it is, the Royal Guardsmen, Snoopy and his Friends. Happy to have this in my collection. There's one other Royal Guardsmen album that I want, and it's called Snoopy for President, and it has the song on there, Snoopy for President, which is also a really good song. And it has another one called Biplane, which I really like as well. But anyway, so that's the next album I'd like to get by them eventually. But anyway, Snoopy and his friends, and there's the record. Super stoked to be adding that into my collection. All right, this next one was kind of a cool find. This next record I wasn't hunting for at all. I actually I looked at it, I guess, on Discogs once, but it wasn't really, I wasn't really heavily seeking this record. And I was at the record store with my mom, and she happened to look over and see it, and so I picked it up. Um, and actually, she was thumbing through some kind of the $2 bin, and I just happened to look over and caught a glimpse of it, and I knew exactly what it was. And I stopped her. I actually scared her. I'm like, whoa! And she kind of like jumped. Anyway, so the record I'm talking about is this George Burns. I wish I was 18 again. A lot of people didn't know that George Burns was in the music industry, and he was. He actually had some albums out. This is the only one I'm interested in because this has his hit. I wish I was 18 again. It wasn't a big hit. It was a very mild hit in the 80s. It didn't even crack the top 50 on the Billboard. I don't remember where it went. I think it only got up to like 98 or something on the Billboard Hot 100. But it was a mild hit for him. And I wish I was 18 again. It's an absolute beautiful song. And yes, he's not the original. It was done by, I believe, Jerry Lee Lewis and several others originally. But George Burns has the best version, in my opinion. Unfortunately, if you want to hear it, you're going to have to go to YouTube. They don't have his version on Spotify. So if you're one of those that listens to music on Spotify, you're not going to find George Burns' version on Spotify. You're going to have to go to YouTube. So anyway, there it is. George Burns. I wish I was 18 again. It is on the Mercury label, in particular the Skyscraper, the City label. Mercury has 3 different labels. So this one with the skyscrapers on it is one. They have a black label, and then I believe they also have a red label as well. So there it is. George Burns, Wish I Was 18 Again. By the way, that record's not worth much. It's literally like a $3 record. But I was super stoked to find out. I've never seen it out there in the wild. So that was cool. Another one I found out there in the wild that was super exciting. We're kind of switching gears here. Now we're kind of going to a little bit more on the countryside here. And, well, we're going not a little bit more. We're going full-blown country here. And that is Hank Williams. And this is his 40 greatest hits. Now, I have recorded this video like 4 times. I tried like 3 times a couple weeks ago. And the camera, by the way, I hope I fixed it. I got natural light in here. Hopefully the screen is not going dim and brightening up and going dim again. If it is, I'm sorry. There's nothing I can do about it. I've tried everything. This is literally my 4th time recording this video. So if what I've done has not fixed it, then I don't know what else to do. We're going to have to just deal with it. But I'm not recording this video again. So I apologize if that bothers you. Hopefully, this has fixed that issue. Because with the light, I think the camera is trying to focus or adjust the brightness, and it just was flickering. It would go dim and then brighten up, go dim and then brighten up, and it's just, yeah. I'm tired of doing this video. The 4th time is good enough. I ain't doing it again. So it's getting uploaded whether it looks good or not. Anyway, I forgot the cassette tape. I have this on cassette tape. I grew up with it. My grandpa had it, and I forgot it on cassette tape. I was gonna show it to you, but it's over there, and I'm not gonna get up and get it. So, I've had it on cassette tape for years. That's how I was listening to this album, and then I kind of had my eye on the record. It was on Amazon, and I had thought about getting it at times. But I happened to be in a record shop one time, and this was there, and I had no choice. I had to pick it up, and I'm glad I did, because wow, this is just a good quality record. This is a great pressing. It sounds excellent. I believe it's on 180 gram vinyl, so it is absolutely just, and it sounds really good. By the way, if you're like Hank Williams or you want to get a Hank Williams album, look no further than this. This is the one you want. If anything you could ever want by Hank Williams is on this. There is no need for any other Hank Williams album. If you get this, the 40 greatest hits, you're going to have just about anything you could want. Unless you're a super hardcore, die-hard Hank Williams fan that just wants to be an absolute completist and wants his very, very obscure songs. This is all you're going to want. This is the album to go for right here. It's 40 greatest hits. It's a 2 vinyl LP. And yeah, and it's on a gatefold, but unfortunately this is in one of those vinyl storage solution sleeves where the jacket is in a completely separate pocket than the record, so getting the jacket out is a little bit of a process, and so I'm not going to worry about it. But it is a gatefold. It gives his history, his life story, I guess, like in the gatefold, so it's pretty cool. Anyway, there's the record. I love it's on the Polydor or whatever, yeah, Polydor record label, and it's custom made. I love this label because it's not your typical Polydor. It matches the album cover, yellow, with the music notes and Hank Williams and everything in red. So there it is. There's the record. It is a 2 LP. There's 2 LPs. There's 20 songs on each LP, and it sounds good. This is a good pressing. So definitely worth it. Hank Williams, 40 Greatest Hits. I was so excited to have this. This was very, very exciting for me. So anyway, there it is. All right, moving on. Switching gears again. Next album. Well, here it is. We'll just show it. We'll just go from there. How about that? Twisted, Welcome to Your Funeral. Now, for those of you who are not in the know, Twisted is a underground horrorcore rap group. Although this particular album is not really rap, it's more rock, kind of rock / new metal type sound. A little different than what they've done in the past. Here's the story on this album and why I have it. I saw Twisted in concert back in August. We went to their 25th anniversary of their Freak Show album that released 25 years ago. And so as part of the anniversary, they went on a Freak Show tour where they performed the whole album in its entirety from beginning to end. And I got to go see that. And I was originally going to get a shirt or a jersey, but the ones I wanted, they didn't have in my size. So I saw this. I saw the record, and I thought, I'm going to get it because this is, I like the album. It's not the greatest. Definitely not their greatest. I would say it's okay at best. Okay enough for me to like it. And there are a couple songs that I thought were really good on here, but a lot of it is just okay. So anyway, I got it, but this is limited to 420 copies. And I'm going to show you I'll show you the record on this one. I'll show that here in a minute. It is on these emerald green marble vinyl. And again, limited to 420 copies. And so this was there, so I thought, okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and pick it up. Something I'll listen to. Not a whole lot, but I'll listen to it. And so that's what I did. I wanted to have them sign it, and I knew they were doing a signing, but I didn't realize that when I bought the ticket that you have to have a VIP, which kind of sucks, and I didn't get a VIP. So, yeah. Anyway, the record also comes with this poster. Jamie Madrox and Monoxide. And there there it is. Hopefully it's in shot. And yeah, so it comes with that. And then here's the hype sticker. Of course, I kept the hype sticker for it. You'll see on there it says it's limited to 420 copies. So, yeah. So anyway, Twisted, welcome to your funeral. Had to purchase it. And I did. And I'm happy. Won't be listening to it a whole lot because, again, it's not my favorite album by any stretch of the imagination. But, you know, maybe for some background music or just I want to hear something different by Twisted, I may throw it on once in a blue moon. Next album, same genre, same artist, and that is, and we're moving up to a little bit of a better album by them, and that is Twisted Mad Season. Now, this is actually a decent album. I'm okay with this album. I like this album. There are a couple songs I could do without, but for the most part, pretty good. And so I went ahead and picked this up too. Was happy to have this. Pretty cool. And just check out that artwork. Come on, check out that cover. This is my all-time favorite cover. Of all the albums they have out, this one's my favorite album cover. I just love it. So it's just absolutely a gorgeous cover. And I'll show you the record. There are some good songs I do, and like I said, I do like this album. This album I can listen to the whole way through if the mood sets me right. Not my favorite album by them, but a decent album. And there it is. Mad Season. This one comes on red and black splatter. And yeah, there you go. Mad Season. Another exciting purchase for me. Another record that I'm excited to have in my collection. And there we go. Now, moving on to our last Twisted album. Certainly not least, but last as far as Twisted goes. And this one, by the way, just spoiler alert, this is my all-time favorite Twisted album. Number one. I know what some of you guys are thinking. Anyone who's in the know who knows this group that's watching right now is thinking, okay, it's either Most Tasteless, Freak Show, or Abominations. Most of you are probably thinking Abominations, right? Well, you would be wrong. That is not my number one favorite. My number one favorite is The Darkness. That is right. This album is absolute perfection in every way. I'll get to that in a minute. Absolute perfection. This is a fantastic album. This is the album that really made me a true Twisted fan. When this album came out, I could not stop listening to it over and over. This is all I listened to for months, was just this album, over and over again. I absolutely loved it. And the only problem I have with this album, one problem, and that is there's just too many skits. I skip over the skits and just listen to the music, and it's perfect. Absolute perfection. But love the album. Always wanted this on record, and they did have a release of it years ago, but they only had part of the album. It wasn't even the full album, so there was only a few songs on it. And I was looking at getting that for a long time, but it was going for like $200, $300, sometimes up to $400 because it was a limited thing and out of print. And then about a year or two ago, a year ago? No, maybe about 2.5 years ago, maybe going on about 2.5 years ago. Or I'm sorry, a year and a half ago. They came out with the full album on LP. And they originally had, the one I wanted to get was this. It was on black and blue splatter, and it had black and blue splatter vinyl, and it came with a jersey that matched this artwork. By the way, this is a gatefold, and it kind of matched this whole artwork theme, and it was a jersey that um, came with it. And they had it in my size. I get 5X, but it was limited to 500. That was it. And I was gonna buy it, and unfortunately, due to some circumstances and having to and whatnot, just I wound up sacrificing it, not getting it. Let's just put it that way. And I kicked myself in the butt for it because it's gone now. This is an Amazon. This one's the Amazon edition. Thanks to a friend of mine, Brooke. She gave me a gift card last year for Christmas, and that is how I got this album. So, Brooke, if you're watching, I don't know if I ever showed you this record. I think I told you about it. But that gift card you got me, well, this is what it went for. And I was so, so happy because I really don't care. The only thing I wanted the other one for was just I want the jersey. That's it. I'm okay with this edition. This is perfect. I'm so happy just to be able to have this on record. And this particular edition is not black and blue splatter, but this one comes on orange and blue split. And there's the, and then on the other side, it's a different label. So I like how they, one side's got a label and the other, each side has a different label. But it is on black and, or orange and blue split. But totally happy to have this. Getting this album, being able to get this album last year on Christmas, was a dream come true for me. And I cannot thank Brooke enough because she really made this possible. I have not had a whole lot of money over the last few years. Things have been a little bit on the tight side. I have a lot of medical expenses and whatnot. So being able to buy a record really, at times throughout the last few years, has been a real treat. So thanks to my friend, this would not be possible. So I'm so happy to have this. And by the way, this is my favorite album. Love it. It does not get the praise and the love I feel it deserves. I'm gonna just go through some good songs on here real quick. In Hell, great song. Okay, In Hell is a 8 out of 10. Back to Hell, I would say a 10 out of 10. Fantastic song. Boogeyman, 7 out of 10. Down Here, the song Down Here, 10 out of 10. Perfection. Take It Away, another 10 out of 10. Absolutely perfection. You know, Mind Goes Mad is another good one that's absolutely fantastic. So there's just some absolute bangers on this album. Twisted Darkness. Happy to have it in my collection. Alright, now that I drooled over that album and wasted a bunch of time that we don't really have because I'm trying to make this video quick, let's move on. Staying in the same genre, rap. Oh, by the way, the Twisted Darkness was my very first rap album to be added to my record collection. So that was the start of it. Moving on to another one, the same genre, rap, but different artist. And, well, here it is. Yep. Those of you who are in the know, that's right. You're seeing, you're looking at it. That's your eyes are not fooling you. You really are seeing it. It is Insane Clown Posse's Bang Pow Boom, released in 2010, and this might be a shock to some of you watching this channel. You probably never would have thought that I listened to this band, but I do. This is actually, and I'm not going to go into big details. Those who are in the know will know what I'm talking about. If you're not in the know, I'm sorry. You can look it up. You'll figure out what I'm talking about. But anyway, this is the first Joker's card of the second deck. And this is a fantastic album for the most part. There are some songs I don't like. But I'm not a big fan of Fawn's Pond. You know, I worked with a friend at Walmart who loved that song. Like, yeah, it's so. But anyway, there are some really good songs on this that just do it for me. In Your Face is good. Um, of course, Vultures is good. Vera Lee is good. Miracles is good and overrated. Nothing against Miracles, it's just overrated. But it is a good song. I can see why people like it. And then my all-time favorite, though, on this is the title track, Bang Pow Boom. What a fun song. Just absolutely fun. I absolutely love it. Just love it. So, anyway, um, Bang Pow Boom. And this one, I will show you the record real quick. This one comes on a almost kind of a well, not real, blue, almost translucent, I guess, kind of. Transparent, kind of, maybe. No, not really. Anyway, comes on blue vinyl. And, yeah, picked this one up and was happy to do so. So there it is, Bang Pow Boom, ICP. There's the back side of it. And I do not have that one sleeved yet. Moving on. Same genre, same band, but different album. Or albums. Spoiler. For those of you who are in the know. ICP again. This is the Marvelous Missing Link Lost and Marvelous Missing Link Found. 2 albums in one. The reason why I bought this mainly for the Marvelous Missing Link Found. Kind of surprising to those who are in the know. When it comes to the second deck, the Marvelous Missing Link Found is my all-time favorite Joker's card. When it comes to the second deck, and it just might be my all-time favorite out of all of them. Unfortunately, again, I don't think it gets the love it rightfully deserves. But that's a video for another time, I guess. The Marvelous Missing Link Lost is also a really good album, but I wasn't after that. It was after the Marvelous Missing Link Found. The only way I can get Found on vinyl is to buy this one. It's to buy both of them together. So I picked it up. Now, Lost is a good album, and I will say Lost has my all-time favorite ICP song on it. Well, number one, if not number two, probably number two, but maybe number one. I think I know what my number one is, but definitely at number two. And that's a song called Falling Apart, and I just absolutely love it. So happy to have both of them, actually. Here's the inner. Nothing super special about the inner part. I actually found the inner part of the gatefold on the last album more interesting. So Lost comes on standard black vinyl. But one of the cool things about this album is that the Marvelous Missing Link Found comes on white vinyl. And I don't know about you, but there is something about white vinyl that just looks so nice. I really like white vinyl. It just really looks good. I'm a sucker for it. If I see anything on white vinyl, I'm picking. Anytime I see something pressed on white vinyl, I'm picking it up because, man, I like it. I like the way it looks. Oh, and I did keep the hype sticker for this one as well. There's the hype sticker. So I do keep the hype stickers. Or try to on certain albums when I can. So there it is, Marvelous Missing Link, Lost and Found. Very happy to have that in my collection. Now, moving on. Switching genres here to kind of going back to the rock, go a little bit more hard rock on this. Next one is Alice Cooper, Dragontown. This one, always kind of wanted it, but was not actively seeking it. Just happened to be, I was at a bookstore looking through had some records there. I was looking through them, and there this is. And it was still factory sealed, never been opened. Still had the hype sticker on it and everything. I was like, oh yeah. So this is Dragontown. This is one of my top favorite Alice Cooper albums. Well, I wouldn't say one of my top favorite. My top favorite, but it's definitely up there. One of the major sellers for this is it's got my all-time favorite Alice Cooper song on it, which is a song called Deeper, and absolutely love it. So I've always kind of wanted this, but it was real low on my list. I had others I wanted to get. I was at a record or a bookstore. They had records they were looking through it. Saw this, had to pick it up. And this one comes on orange vinyl, and this is a record store day release, so it was a limited time deal. And this was a record store day release, I believe 2019 or 2018, something like that. So there it is. Alice Cooper, Dragon. That was my second Alice Cooper album. Way back on I believe my very first video I showed you guys, my other one, which was Brutal Planet. I've showed that. If you go back to my first video, it's on there. Anyway, moving on. Next one. This one some of you may not be familiar with. There's a group called Demons and Wizards. And this is a fantastic group. This has the lead singer from Iced Earth, if anyone knows who Iced Earth is. Now I'm going to go ahead and take it out of the sleeve because I got to show this off. Anyone knows who Iced Earth is? This has the lead singer from Iced Earth in it. And the whole album is good, but what really got me into these guys was a song called Wolves in Winter. And just happened to hear it. It was played on Pandora, and I'm like, wow, I really like that song. So I went and checked out some of the others, checked out this album, liked it, and eventually got it on record. So this is a gatefold. There's the gatefold. It's got a picture of the band members on it. And it also comes with this well, it's not really an inner sleeve. It's kind of a little booklet. It's got a picture there. It's got all the song lyrics to each song on it. And it, by the way, and I gotta tell you, this jacket is, I don't know what it is. I don't know what they call it. So they call it matte finish, maybe? I don't know. It almost feels like it's like almost like a suede, leathery type feel. As close as, I don't know, but very good quality. Very good quality. And I just love. Oh, and there's the backside. I don't know if I showed you the backside. But yes, I love very high, top quality jacket here. And look at that album artwork. I mean, you can't tell me if you didn't see that in a record store that you're not going to be tempted to pick it up just to see what it's all about. Because look at that artwork. I love the album cover on this album. Absolutely love it. It comes on standard black vinyl. There is the label. Cool custom made label. And this one is there's a two disc 2 LP record set. So there's another one. This is the second disc, so it's side 3, and then side 4 is just an etched. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it. It says Demons and Wizards, and it's etched in there. So that is the other side of the second record. So anyway, um, Demons and Wizards. Happy to have that. Very, very, very cool. Just set aside. I'll put that. I'll re-sleeve that later. There we go. Okay, moving on. We're starting to get down towards the bottom of the stack now, so things should move along quite quickly. Next one, Iron Maiden, Number of the Beast. I'm an Iron Maiden fan. I like Iron Maiden, and hey, you gotta have Number of the Beast, right? You cannot have Iron Maiden on record and not have Number of the Beast. It's their big claim to fame. I'd say it's one of their more popular albums. You gotta have it. This has got obviously the song Number of the Beast on it. Children of the Damned. Run to the Hills. It's got Hallowed Be Thy Name on it. A big one for them. Just fantastic. This is one of those albums you can listen to from beginning to end, and it is good the whole way through. All bangers, no fillers, okay? Every song on here is fantastic. So there it is, Number of the Beast. There's the record, and Iron Maiden. Happy to have that. Now, that's not my first Iron Maiden song or album. That is actually my second. I don't know if I showed you the first one that I got or not. It may be on a video, but I don't remember. It's been too long. So here it is. This is Power Slave. I'm just bringing this up in case I never showed this. I don't know if I showed this or not. Iron Maiden Power Slave. This is the first one I got. I got this about 3.5 years ago. And there's the record. Power Slave is an absolute fantastic album. And it's got 2 Minutes to Midnight and several others on there. They're really good. So anyway, happy to have that. Figured I'd just show that real quick in case I never showed it. Alright, moving on. Staying with metal, but now we're moving a little bit more to the extreme metal side. And Cradle of Filth, Screaming of the Valkyries. Those of you who don't know, Cradle of Filth is an extreme metal band. And if you look them up, look up Cradle of Filth. Just type in Cradle of Filth and just click on whatever, Wikipedia, whatever. And it's going to have them labeled as symphonic black death metal. Okay? That's it. Like it or lump it. I'm not going into the controversy on the black metal aspect. I'm just saying that is what they are labeled as, symphonic black / death metal, because they do incorporate both sounds. Some of it's death metal-y, some of it's got a black metal sound to it with all these symphonic elements in it, and that is all I'm going to say on that. We can debate that on a different video. But I know I'm going to have, I can't just say black metal, because I'm going to have someone in the comments saying, they're not black metal. And I can't say death metal, because I'll have someone in the comments saying, they're not death metal. So, anyway, no one wants to claim these guys, unfortunately. That's just the fact of the matter. Anyway, but let's just get to it. They're a good band, okay? They have this way of doing like extreme metal, yet so melodic and so beautiful sounding. And they can do that better than anyone I've seen yet. You know, a lot of people will say, Dimmu Borgir is in the same vein or similar. They'll pair these guys up or compare them to Dimmu Borgir. Dimmu Borgir is a symphonic black metal group, and I don't think Dimmu Borgir can hold a candle to these guys, in my opinion. These guys are better. They just are. Cradle of Filth is better than Dimmu Borgir. I said it. That's my opinion. But just fantastic. This album is their most recent album. Excellent. The album really almost from beginning to end is good. The only one I don't like is the very first song. It's called To Live Deliciously. I'm not a fan of it. I think it's kind of cheesy. But they have this song on here called Non Omnis Mariar, and it means not all of me shall die, and it is a absolute gorgeous, gorgeous song. It's definitely slower, so even if you're not into extreme metal, it's palatable for someone who's not into extreme metal because it is slower. And I'm sorry about apparently my allergies are going crazy. It was raining earlier or clouding up, and I can tell the weather's changing, and we got like 50% chance of snow on Monday, and Tuesday and Wednesday or something like that. Anyway, so the weather's changing around here. Anyway, sorry about the allergies, but fantastic. Now, Omnis Mariar he's basically talking about, losing a loved one. And he's saying, hey, one of these days I'll be with you in the evermore, in the afterlife, And then you'll hear this female vocal come out. She starts singing. She say, hey, fate adorn me, do not mourn me, In other words, this is my fate. I've died. I've passed on, but don't mourn because someday you're going to be with me again. And it's really a beautiful song. So there it is. Cradle of Filth, Screaming of the Valkyries. There's the record. Cool album. It came out at the beginning of 2025, and I did have this album on pre-order, so I got it right when it came out. Okay. Last but certainly not least of this video is another Cradle of Filth album. Cradle of Filth with Cryptoriana, The Seductiveness of Decay. Some people pronounce it Cryptoriana. I call it Cryptoriana. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but however, Cryptoriana, we're going to go with that. This album gets a lot of mixed reviews, but man, this album is good. There is not a song on this album that I really don't like. Pretty much the whole thing is from beginning to end is good. I will tell you, Wester Vespertine is good. I also like Death and the Maiden is good. And then my all-time favorite on this album is The Night at Catafalque Manor. That is my all-time favorite on this album. But the whole album is fantastic. And there's the album art on the front. It is a gatefold. This album does come with a booklet with some art, but I cannot show that here on YouTube. I don't think. I don't think YouTube would like me showing it. As you can see from the cover art, this is barely passable on YouTube, but the artwork inside the little booklet is way more graphic. So I definitely can't show it, but it is pretty cool. And this particular edition comes on gold. And I have not yet had a chance to listen to this. It's been sitting here for a good while, and I have not had a chance to listen to it. And I'm a little nervous, I'm not going to lie, because it is thin. This is you can hear it like, it's very, very thin. I just hope the quality holds up. A little nervous about that. And it didn't, I didn't know when I got it. It didn't say what the gram was or weight of the record or anything like that. So we'll see how it is. Hopefully it's good. But there it is. There's the back side. Cradle of Filth, Cryptoriana. By the way, I've been listening to their entire discography, and I am going to do a ranking video, and I'm going to rank all their albums from my least favorite to my number one favorite. So that's going to be coming, and it will happen in 2026. So stay tuned for that. Anyway, there it is. And that's it. That's not everything, but a good share of it. I would say 90%. There's a few, there's like, I think 3 or 4 other records, but they're nothing that special. They're like $2 records, and they were, um, and I'm happy to have them, but nothing I feel like like they weren't my most exciting finds. So, I decided there's no point in showing them and just make the video too long. But hey, you know what? The last 4 times I did it, I forgot this. But I remembered, we usually always do a featured record on it at the end of every video. So, as a little bonus, I'll show you my my record, my featured record for this video. I need to find out a different name for that. My spotlighted record. I don't know. I need to find a clever name. I'm gonna think of one. We're gonna change it. But right now, this video's featured record, and that is that group Blood and Sun and the album Love and Ashes. For those of you who are not familiar with Blood and Sun, they are a neo folk, which is basically dark folk. They're a dark folk group, and I got into these guys because watching Wyatt XM, his channel, he actually did a whole series where he went through his entire record collection. Which, by the way, any other YouTubers out there who do videos showing records or whatnot, record collectors, whatever, any of you are watching, more of you need to do that. There's just not enough people showing their entire collection. I think that's something that, as a matter of fact, that's something that's going to be, I'm considering doing. So I'm going to go through and show every record in my collection. I think I would like to see more people do that. So I thought to see Wyatt XM do it was so cool. So I went through the entire thing, and this is one of them that was on there, and I looked it up. I thought neo folk, because I like folk. I'm kind of, and I liked it. So I was like, okay, yeah, we gotta get ourselves a copy. So there it is, Love and Ashes by Blood and Sun. There's the record. And anyway, that's it for me. Y'all, I'll be uploading another video hopefully soon. And we got some exciting stuff. We got some ranking videos, like I said, with Cradle of Filth. I'm going to be doing a Cradle of Filth ranking with me and my nephew. That'll be not Cradle of Filth, I'm sorry, a Twisted ranking. We're actually in the process of listening to every album in their discography, and then we are going to each rank them from our least favorite to our top favorite. And we're going to talk, I want to see how different my list is from his, and we're going to do a big video on it or something. So that's going to be coming up at some point in 2026. But they have like 30-something albums, so it's a major undertaking, and it's taken us a while. So it's going to be a while before we're ready to do that video, but hopefully my goal is in 2026 to get that video out. So anyway, there it is, and I'll see you guys on the next video. And keep listening to records, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Thank you for joining in. Oh, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Apparently you guys say that, so yes, please do that. And talk to you guys on the next video.